What is going on, everyone? Tim from Tirfon Orbital. So today I would like to talk about an install commission that I completed on a Jawas Junkyard Wrangler. This is a very, very beautiful and unique hilt. I have actually designed the chassis for this one. There is a Wrangler chassis that is a nice crystal reveal chassis that I will be doing a video for directly after this one as well. So for this one, I had the opportunity to design a chassis for. It is a relatively simple chassis, static. So I do want to come into Fusion and talk about the chassis really quick, and then we will come up top and do a demo, or we'll come up top, talk about how to use it, and then we will put a blade in it, do a quick demo, and then we will be on our way. So with all of that out of the way, let's come into Fusion and talk about this chassis. Okay, so here it is. Relatively simple, straightforward chassis, okay? We have 1 inch internal diameter all of the way through this hilt, right? So not a heck of a lot of room to play with. However, we were able to get a full 18650 battery in this one, right? So let's start at the bottom. 24 millimeter speaker at the bottom here. I do have a wire passage all the way up the spine of the chassis that comes all the way up to the top here, where I have a tilted Proffie board setup. The USB and SD card peek out just underneath the threads where the grip screws into the upper part of the chassis. Around back, I have 2 low profile brass hat tactile switches, right? So there are 2 switches on the outside of the grip for this particular hilt. There are 2 spring-loaded plunger switches. They are not magnetic drop-in plunger switches, thank God. So they're 2 spring-loaded plunger switches. They will make a contact to this chassis, and that is how you activate the main and aux for this particular hilt, okay? There are 2 round, circular LEDs for accents. They are not rectangular LEDs for once on this one. I wanted to switch things up, right? So we've got just 2 simple LEDs on each side for accents, right? And then of course, greeblies on each side, okay? I couldn't get too crazy with ridges or holes on this spine because the wall is it's relatively thin on this side, right? So I didn't want to get too crazy with getting too deep, right? Because I wanted to keep the structural integrity of the chassis relatively strong, okay? And that is it, right? Up top here where this stem is where the chassis marries up into the upper part of the hilt, and it is held in place with a set screw. And that is it, right? Up top, there is a lit PCB emitter. This is from CCsabers. Super simple, right? So let's come up top. Okay, so here it is. This is the Wrangler from Jawas Junkyard. This was actually designed by the same designer that did the Odin from Jawas Junkyard as well. Clint is his name. Very, very talented artist and designer. Very good guy. Super, super talented artist. But this is a great looking hilt. So I do want to talk about how to use this guy. But I also want to mention that there are no drop-in plunger switches, drop-in magnetic plunger switches on this hilt. Nice springy buttons on this hilt, right? So thank you, Leon, right? All right, so to get at your chassis, the hilt is modular, so the grip will unthread on this one, okay? There are those 2 onboard tactile switches. Here is our battery tray. Speaker is here, and there is that Proffie board just peeking out just underneath the threads, okay? This is sized for a button top 18650 battery, right? So take the flat part of your battery. Flat part is the negative side. Take the negative side down towards the speaker. The spring side is your negative. I don't know why that took me. It was so hard for me to say. Spring side is your negative, right? So put your battery in your battery tray. This was already on. Actually, so there is no kill switch in this build. You are effectively the kill switch. So once the battery is in the battery tray, the hilt is on. So there are those 2 LEDs. They're lit, okay? And you are ready to go. All right? Once you get your battery in, you can thread your grip on, and you are ready to go. All right? All right, so let's come down to the bottom. Okay, so there's a closer look at the hilt. I really dig the grip on this one. I actually do really like this yellow button too. I don't know what it is about this button that really draws my eye. Good looking profile on this hilt. Apollo likes it too. All right, let's put a blade in it. Okay, so this is a 1-inch blade holder. You want to insert your blade so it's resting, nice deep blade socket, so it's resting on those PCB pins. There is a set screw right here that will serve as your blade retention. You want to tighten that so it's hugging your blade, and you are good to go. See what else we can put on here. Oops.
That lightsaber was Luke's.
So this is set up so that the yellow button is your aux, bottom is your main. Okay, let's see what else we got on here. One more. Oops. One more.
The NASA team is ready for launch.
Oops.
What is it?
Oh, sorry.
Father's lightsabers. It's in the winter of the Jedi.
Okay. And that's it. That is the Wrangler from Jawas Junkyard. Great looking hilt. Nice chunky profile on that. All right. So that's it. That's all I've got. To the customer, thank you very much for trusting me with your install. If anyone has any questions about this install or anything, really, please do not be a stranger. And with that being said, may the force be with you always. Have a good one, everybody.